So I'm due to go shopping to pick up some electrical components from Amazon. Well, we got 35 mile an hour, 40 mile an hour gusts and hail, and when it's not hailing, it's raining. So yeah, I'm not doing that just yet. The trip is postponed. But the weather's crazy. Like 10 minutes ago it was chucking it down with rain, then it was sunny, and now this, hail. Just stop it, behave yourself, weather. Well folks, it's a grim afternoon. What is it, 20th March, 21st of March, something like that. I'm still moored close to Leek. Boat arrived, was it yesterday? Yeah, really nice couple. Had a bit of a laugh at them yesterday. Anyway, yeah, bit of a mercy mission. Di and Dave are both away today. I don't know where. Di's visiting a friend, not back till much later, and her batteries are knackered. She's about to get new ones, or will be in a couple of weeks, but for the time being she needs her engine charging engine run to charge the batteries several times a day. So that's where the knight in shining armour comes in. The difficult part of it is that they moved on to a place called, well, an aqueduct near the Hollybush pub, which is about 3 miles down that away from whence I came and where I'll be going. Problem is, the wind is, I mean, it's quiet now, but it's been howling all day, and it's a cold wind, and it's been on and off rain. So this is going to be a lively one. Anyway, I'm going to sort of put you there. I'm not sure how much visibility we'll get of anything really, but I'll give it a go. So it's a sort of a 3 or 4 mile mercy mission, partly canal, and at bridge 6 up ahead I'm going to turn off and go down onto the river. There's a river that runs alongside, because the towpath on the canal, looking at my map's so clever, it even knows when the towpath is tarmacked or not, and it knows that up there it's not, it stops at bridge 6. So my cunning plan is to go as far as bridge 6 and then go down onto the river, which runs fairly close by and alongside the river path. So bike's all ready to rock. I'm going to have to spend 2 hours there. This is not a quick process. So what that means is, I wonder if I can stash the bike cover behind. Yep, looks good. It blows all over the place, the bike cover, as you would expect. Fairly flimsy. I'm going to cover up the straps with that mooring pin. Okay, let us not tarry any longer. So I've got to get there, start the engines on both, and then start the engines, run them for 2 hours ish, and then get back. And obviously, no, the light, in case I'm delayed for any reason, check that I've got the e-bike has a light in it, but on a towpath. No, it didn't. You sod, where's the bike? Oh, that's annoying. Where's the bike light? Well, look, I'll have to go back. It's annoying, but it's not as annoying as trying to ride on a towpath after dark. This is, I'm afraid, of my expeditions. But it's just got to be done. You know, it only takes a puncture, some delay getting into the boat, I don't know. There's any number of potential reasons. But upshot is I need the proper bike light. So let's get it. Mud off the shoes, of course. The battery will be flat before I even leave. Right. Let's have another look. Bastard, I did have it. Idiot. I did have the flaming light. I just put it in a non-standard location in the bag. Oh, that's annoying. But anyway. Okay. So to Bridge 6. Don't think it's that far. I guess I could see what the towpath's like after Bridge 6. You know, it's possible it'll be tolerable, I don't know. But if it's not tarmacked and it's been raining on and off today, it's not likely to be that great. So odds are I'll get down on the river. There's also an alternative route that goes up over a road. I could take that. But yeah, so I'm cycling away from Leek. If you haven't sort of picked up on that. Got the phone. I've even got my laptop. So I can do a bit of video editing while I'm sat there for 2 hours. And because it's so cold, I'm going to have to sit inside the boat. This was summer, I could sort of sit on the stern, maybe even get a bottle of beer with me or something. There we go. Cheers guys, thank you. It's a fairly busy towpath, but it's a Saturday today, and there's always more people on the towpath on a Saturday, and more again on a Sunday, I think, unless the weather's absolutely atrocious. You get a few, so we'll undoubtedly see a number of people, I'm sure. And there's a tunnel in the way actually, so we're going to have to go up and over the tunnel, and this is it. See that little short tunnel, like 200 yards or so? I don't know. I don't think my bike's going to get up here. Actually it would, but having to go through that rigmarole which they've put there to slow bikes down, and I can't get back on the towpath. I need to get into a low gear. Right. The question does arise, is it even worth trying to cycle when it's this steep? And the answer, whoops-a-daisy, well, the answer came no. Well, it's worth it, but it's not possible. Not in this one anyway. All the weight with me and the rucksack is on the back, so front end goes light. But I think if I had a straight run and none of these things, I could do it. easy, but even on a steep hill, but they are there. And there's more shenanigans, but take a breather. Okay, so I've put my bike mat on, put the app on so that I can see. It won't navigate me there on this route. It won't get me there. Hang on, gotta watch out here. I'm gonna wooden slat in the way. Oh, and there's more. Oh, I've got to carry the thing down there. Shite. Okay, well, it is what it is. There's more carrying actually. There's more carrying later. But look, at least it's not got shopping and stuff. The bike itself is about 22 kg, but I've got a chain about 5 kg on the front and a few other bits and bobs. So by the time you get down to the bottom of a set of steps, your arm is feeling it. Not least because I can't get my full hand in, like a full grip, as it were. I can only get 3 fingers. So without the full support from all fingers, they do get tired. Right, where's the... This is the towpath, it's got to be. So this is going to be a pain. I'm going to have to come back through here. Anyway, yeah. Let's got to be a little bit careful starting on a, what is it, fairly steep slope. Okay, so getting round the tunnel was a bit of a pig, perhaps a piglet, and I think there'll be a bit more carrying because why will there be more? Because I've got to get down to the river. The River Churnet runs down a slope which is to my left here, and it sort of meets up with the canal, sort of, because the canal passes over it at the aqueduct, which is where Dave and Di are currently moored. The option was to bring my boat down here, but I need to stay in Leek because my eBay click and collect item hasn't arrived yet. Fuel filter, sorry, well, a set of filters. Always try and keep at least 2 full sets of filters. Air filter, 2 fuel filters and oil filter. Always try and keep a full set of 4, well, 2 full sets, in case you have any delays. Well, look, down there is the River Churnet, and I can remember looking at this the other day. I've been here about a week now actually, and it was overflowing. The bank that I can now see down there was kind of overflowing. Looks like they've done something with the tree. Di did get stuck on that fallen tree. And Dave went back. Dave had moored up. He'd gone on ahead. She was about 5 minutes behind him, and She got stuck, I think, on a sandbank. I'm not too sure exactly what, but Dave nipped back on his bike and freed her up, helped to free her up. I think there's a sandbank close into the shore, so you try and avoid the tree by steering close into the bank, and lo and behold, you go on a sandbank. So the towpath is still doable, and I think there are 2 bridges that I'm going to be looking for, ending in 6. Cheers. I could get down to the Churnet. I've seen a little sort of couple of footpaths, but they look really muddy and just not suitable for the bike. So there's a tarmac towpath that runs alongside the river, but it's a bit further on. Luckily, it starts where this one turns into grass, and obviously grass meaning mud in this weather. Here we go. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Right, so this is bridge 7, and I know they're numbered descending in the direction I'm travelling, so the next bridge is the one where I turn off. Okay, there's a weir leading down onto the River Churnet down there. I was admiring these moorings on my way in here. It was such a windy canal, this. I was admiring them, but I was thinking, I don't fancy taking the boat up and down here that much. The bike just seemed a more sensible bet. Cheers, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for ringing me back.
No problem. Thank you. Always try. I'm too polite almost with, but I mean, to be honest, most dog walkers are pretty decent. To be fair, you find the odd sort of shady one who's a bit surly and not interested and all that. Fair play to them, you know. They are what they are, but most of them, if you smile at them and wave and say, "Oh, nice one, cheers guys," you know, they're restraining the dog, which I don't mind, to be honest. I go slow enough. Doesn't matter if they hang on to the dog or not. I can always stop in time if it darts out, you know. Right, so this is bridge 6. So yeah, and predictably, I don't know if you can see it, up ahead there, it turns to mud. Not exactly mud, but there will be serious muddy patches on there, and I'm not taking part in that. So there's going to be a little bit carrying here. There used to be a thing back in the 70s called cyclocross, where part of the course involved you carrying your bike over obstacles, and it's the idea has come back to me today not to participate, because there's no sport in which I could hope to participate unless they make sitting down at a computer into a sport. That looks like the River Churnet, but where is the path? Maybe that's just a lake. Okay, let's get over here. Hang on, what's that? That looks like a path down to the river. Is it? Yes, is it? I'll have to get up here to check it out. Is there a path down? Right. Yes, there's a path down, but it's on this side. So I can ride this. No need for any more carry it. And I've got to try and remember all this on the way back. I hope this isn't someone's... Oh God, it's someone's private garden. Oh shit. I've come into someone's house. Oops. Well, I can't do that. I can see the path, but I can't get to it. Oh dear, that's embarrassing. Right, I need to get bike map fired up and find out where. I think it was on the other side of this bridge. That was my first instinct. Oh, and it's starting to rain as well. That's great. Okay, well, now there's a car coming, so right. Anyway, look, I can see the path. It's down there. Can I see the path? Right. I thought it looked like it was down there and on the left. I'm looking out for cars before I go willy-nilly around the place. This looks like the river. Why is there a gate? Take your litter home. I won't need to. Right, at the moment I'm not seeing anything looking like a towpath or a path alongside the river. So this is starting to look like a bit of a fool's errand here. Yeah, we're on the railway line. Okay. It looked like it would be straightforward, and it is definitely not. Right, so here's where I've come down. The river's over there. The river is definitely there, but the towpath looks like it runs along. Well, not the towpath, the river path looks like it runs along here. I don't. Look, you see where I am? And that little blue dot there, this orange line is where I want to go. Surely it's back this way somewhere. It's got to be. This just doesn't. The path clearly runs alongside the river closely. So hi folks, can I trouble you with a question, guys? I'm looking for the path that runs alongside the river, the Churness. There's a little path that runs along to the Hollybush pub, is there? Beside the river?
Canal?
Well, not the canal one, no, because it's a bit rough, you see. I was going to ride it.
Yeah.
The canal one's a bit, you know, whereas on the map anyway, on my map, it says there's a little path you can follow alongside the River Churness that takes you to the Hollybush. But you don't think so? No?
No, I'm sorry.
The top canal will take you along to the...
It will do, yeah. It just looks a bit rough, you know, for the bike and everything. But listen, it looks like it.
I mean, there's another canal there.
The canal here,
Right,
And that's a better towpath.
that's a better towpath.
right. That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, so...
It's, if you just go over the bridge,
Over the bridge, right?
and you'll see some path down to the canal.
No, you don't go over the bridge.
No, do you know why? I asked the question is because I went over the bridge and down, and there was a path leading off, but it goes to the house here.
No,
Oh, no.
On the left, you go to the right.
Go
no.
to the right. I'll show you.
No, it's okay, guys. I don't want to keep you from your dogs.
We're going that way.
we're going that way anyway.
We can go the side away.
Right. I am indeed, madam, yeah. A few places, really, to be honest. Originally, Anfield. Anfield itself, yeah. But yeah, no, I'm actually on a narrowboat.
On holiday?
No, I live on the thing,
Where
which, no, I'm up at Leek.
Oh, right, yes.
So it's just a short trip, really, is this.
So you're retired and living on your
I am indeed, yes. Yeah, not too bad. Except when you can't find the things that you're looking for, it's a bit of a pain. So, yeah.
here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Goes along there. Have you ever climbed on that?
I just sort of started down there and I thought, hang on, it's somebody's house. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, well,
This is the, this goes to Frog. Have you been to Frog?
I haven't yet, no.
Must go.
No, I do intend to go. I'm going to get a couple of more days at Leek. And then I'm going to head down to Froghall, but I've heard there's a few issues on the way for boats. So I'm going to have to wait and see how that goes. Well,
This is a better path for you.
it is indeed. Well, you're a lifesaver, folks. Thank you very much, honestly. I'd have been here till dark. Oh, oh dear, oh dear. Yes, have a good evening, folks. Thank you. Okay, so I don't know if this is worth the hassle on the way back, really, because it's taken me a bit longer than I thought it would. Well, with my navigational shenanigans, which is not a phrase you're going to say very easily when you're drunk, I would guess. I may find out later. But and there's another carry still to go, because the river here is at a lower level than where Dave and Di are up on the aqueduct. So I've got more carrying to do. Here we go. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Not everybody will acknowledge my supreme niceness, really. But again, you know, I mean, most of them will at least give you a polite smile. I mean, you know, you can't really ask for more than that. So, yeah, whoopsie daisy. Cheers, guys, thank you. So, right, where are we? Are we there? Yes. Doesn't seem to me like we are. I feel like we've got to carry on. Yeah, surely we have, yeah. I did take a look on Google Street View, and it seems like it goes upwards, so the canal is somewhere up ahead, up a slope, and there's a carry up some steps to get to it. I hope, I really hope. Yeah, there's the steps, I can see it now. Cheers, mate, thanks a lot. There we go. This is the steps. This is the aqueduct. What an effing palaver. Right. I'm gonna be fucked when I get up here. I'm gonna ride the towpath on the way back. I cannot be arsed with this. I mean, it's a good workout, but fucking hell. Fuck's sake. Listen to those boats. Oh my God. Those steps. You know. Right. Okay. Dives engine. Right, so I've started Dive's engine, so that's running away, and I'm going to get Dave's going. Now I've got to say, by the way, I love this mooring. There's a pub down there somewhere, I think that's it over there, Hollybush. Looks like there's a small campsite as well, for motorhomes, perhaps caravans, I don't know. So that looks, some kids playing down there, it looks great. That's the River Churnet, yeah. And there's the steps I just came up quite a way. So I feel like on the way back I'm going to go just risk the towpath. I think it'll be sketchy as hell, but I can't face all that to and fro and carrying again. So anyway, that's Dive's engine started. So let's go and get Dave started, and I can sit down and chill well for 2 hours. So there we go. Beautiful. It really is. I'm almost sorry that I stayed where I was in Leek, but I sort of got no choice. I've got stuff arriving, but I'm definitely going to stop here for a night or two on the way out. Definitely. Let's get Dave started. Okay guys, well, we're all done, as much as I can remember anyway. Both engines have had just under 2 hours worth of charging, so they should be good. Dive's getting back later anyway. No boaters are around, so no one to take a picture. It's getting up a bit, and it's going to be 80% chance of rain. And in fact, I could fill out specs. I waited as long as I could, but it's going to be dark in 20 minutes, so I need to get back to my boat, which is about 4 miles down the towpath this way. I left my bike on here, on Dave's boat for security, just chained it on. But I mean, this is, you couldn't get a safer place than this. We're in the middle of bloody nowhere. There's not even a shop. I don't think there's a shop within, I mean the nearest one's Leek, I think. But anyway, so you know, basically everything's locked up, everything's secure, and I need to get the hell back before I get a good old soaking, as I can see spots of rain already appearing. So now I'm not going to go down that route that I did on the way up, because I just can't be arsed with all the carrying, to be honest. It was a good workout bringing the bike up there, but can't be bothered on the way back. I think the wind is going to help me on the way back, I think, but I don't know. It's probably a mixture. So everywhere's locked up. It's one of those things that they're not, because it's not my own boat. I need to just stop for a second, hang on. Because it's not my own boat, I'm trying to sort of remember, did I lock things up, did I switch things off, you know. Both engines are definitely off. I'll be back in a couple of hours, and both doors are definitely locked, so it's as safe as I can make it, really. Now the worry for me is the towpath ahead is not a surfaced one. This little bit is, but in a short while it turns to a grass type, and that is not great. That is not what we want, and I think I go down here, and I've got my bike light with me. Whoa, okay. I could see ridges in the ground, and I could see a slope leading down to the canal if I fell. So I'm not going to take the chance. I'll take a chance here. There's a little drop, but it's okay. It's a bit where it's really muddy and you're so close to the bank. I prefer not to take the chance in case I fall in. There's some moorings. Yeah, oh, it's a bit sketchy, but not too bad. I'll do. Whoops, a daisy. Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it might be. It's stony and it's bouncy and rocky, but it's not muddy. When the mud gets deep enough, you basically can't ride, and that means I'll get back after dark, which I don't want to do, and I'll get more of a soaking. If I get a move on, I'll miss the rain, or most of it. Don't think I'll miss it all, but you know, I'll miss most of it. And like something just hit my leg, and it's got to have been a twig. It's one of those things I've found out the hard way. If you feel something hit your leg or your foot when you're riding, you can never quite rule out the possibility that something's fallen off the bike, especially on a bumpy track like this one. And so always stop and take a quick look, make sure nothing's come off, because especially with e-bikes, they're almost like one-off builds. The company's already gone bust that makes these Buxton they're called, yeah. This is called the Buxton, this model. Anyway, yeah, so with them going out of business every 5 minutes, you've got no availability of parts, no guarantee anyway, because the shop, to be fair, they were great, you know, they really do their best. Take photos, measure it, send us, you know, they really do their, oh God, this looks awful. Holy shit. I've got to walk that bit. I'm not going through that. Not on the bike anyway. I'll walk this next little bit as well. The good news is this section, which is badly surfaced, or at least, you know, not tarmacked, is only sort of 0.6 miles. It's not the whole way. Once I'm through this bit, it's it gets a bit more safe and level. This is not safe and level. The thing is, what happens is you're going so slowly in some sections, you might be better walking. It feels like you might be better walking, but generally you wouldn't. Another muddy section coming up. Like, I knew it was going to be like this. Change down a gear just so I can regulate the pedalling a little bit better. Yeah, and it's been raining as well, on and off today, so it's almost in as bad condition as you're probably going to find it, but you know, it's not for long. It's half a mile. This is where these, you know, I went on about getting tyres, like fatter tyres and, you know, wider tyres than the Brompton. That section there, a normal rider's not doing that on a Brompton. You know, a real daredevil might get through it, but, well, they would do it, but you'd be quicker walking. Right, I think we're on the tarmac bit. I think that's it for the difficult section, so bit of luck, I'll beat the rain here and get back. That was a bit of a hassle. I knew it would be a bit tricky. As I say, my clever map shows which sections are towpath are tarmac and which are grass and mud. which is really handy to know, you know, when you're planning your route. And yeah, so I don't know what was the point of me saying that, but it shows it anyway. So I knew it was going to be a bit ropey, especially with it being rainy and stuff. And I had a look at it on the way here. I had a quick look ahead. Once the tarmac section finished, I had a kind of a peek ahead to see how bad it was, and it did look pretty bad. But rather that slightly dodgy bit of pedalling than all that carrying to and fro up and down from the river, like, that wasn't the best. I mean, it was interesting to go down towards it. It's actually, do you know what that was? It was the Colden Canal. I've realised. I had a quick look at the map afterwards. It wasn't the River Churn. It's not even, I think it's, there is a small stream down there. It's called Endon Brook that I crossed over. But the bit where the towpath was, the good towpath, that was the Colden Canal, where I approached the Hollybush and went up those steps. So yeah, it's I can feel the rain now, but so far quite modest, and I think we'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes. When you get a bit of towpath like this, it's just such a bonus, you know, for a cyclist anyway. You can do your full sort of 15 miles an hour that an e-bike will let you do. If there's no people around, you know. I always feel it's a little bit rude to try and go flat out around people. You know, it just, even when they've seen you and stepped aside, which some of them do, it still feels a bit rude to whiz past. I always lay off a little bit. Almost an acknowledgement that they've, you know, they've been kind enough to step aside. So, you know, I feel it's like a courtesy to slow down a little bit as a demonstration that, yeah, you know, I'm not a maniac cyclist. And here, by the way, is the tree. And I see what they've done. CRT must have been out, because there were branches sticking right out of it. And you can see now it's all been lopped. They've still got to get the main body of it out, which they'll do, but you can get past now without too much bother. I think Di wasn't stuck on the tree, she was stuck on the sand, from what I understood. So I'm starting to feel more specks of rain now, so I know it's not too far. Like, it's no more than sort of 2 miles from here. Maybe even less. There's a bit of carrying I've got to do ahead when we get to the tunnel. Got to go over the top of that. But that's it really. The rest is just riding. So yeah, Di's getting back. She's been away visiting friends for most of the day. And unfortunately her batteries are so flat. She needs her engine running several times. She's getting new ones very soon. But it's logistics on boats as ever, isn't it? With lithium batteries, getting hold of the parts. What she doesn't want to do is spend on lead acids and then feel, well, I've paid for them, I want to stick with them for a bit. So she's taking the plunge and going lithium, which I think I always think is a great idea, because lithium batteries is just the bee's knees. You know, on a boat, there's just no comparison with lead acids. They're just so much stronger. You know, so much stronger and more flexible and easier to charge. Just brilliant. Lead acids are simpler to manage, no two ways about that. But I feel like they go weak and they just lose capacity and they're just crap after just like, well, I don't know, it depends. Partly it's people mistreating them, I think. Brilliant. So here's the tunnel. Again, the rain is just picking up a little bit more. I wonder if I can get up this slope. No, I can't. And I'm not going to bother trying, because now the cobbles are damp. So it's been pretty wild, the weather today, but it's picked up again. It feels, as evenings come on, feels like the whoops, nearly slipped. Feels like the, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this glove off, the right glove, which does the lifting, does the heavy lifting around here, the right hand, because I can get the full hand underneath the weight, the frame of the bike. Right. Oh God, this is going to be awful. Right. 3 steps. I mean, it's a beautiful place to, you know, to be tormented lifting a bike up steps. Oh God. Right. Someone just texted me. Probably die. Let's see. No weather forecast or a weather report. Anyway, before my hands get cold, let's get this bike lifted up. Oh no. That is just no fun. But the exercise will do me good. It won't kill me. Oh, hell. That's 25 kgs. Probably more. Oh my God. 25 kgs in one hand. Oh, it shouldn't knacker me that much, but I bloody did. Right. Well, this is a bit of a lonely spot. I've got to say that. Nobody about. Let's get the bike going. Come on. Whoa. Right. Okay. So it's quite a drop. And I've got these bloody things to negotiate, but I'm going to try and go down here. This is steep as well. I shouldn't really probably be doing this. I'm on the brake the whole time, but it's gravelly and loose, and it's steeper than I think the camera's going to show. But can I get past? If I hit one of these things on a downward slope, I definitely will come a cropper. But if you go slow, that's the reason for them, isn't it? Force the cyclists to slow down. Right. Oh. So final leg. I don't know how far this bit is now. Certainly it's less than a mile. In fact, less than half a mile. I think essentially it's just round this bend ahead. Pretty much in with there. So yeah, it's the wind's really getting up. and to the extent of feeling it blow me sideways. But thank God it would. I mean, it was to the e-bike really, because it'd be no fun on a normal bike fighting against the wind. Even on 4 miles, it can make 4 miles seem like 8. Never used to enjoy, even when I was young and fit, never used to enjoy cycling into the wind. Never enjoyed it. And I did it many times. Right, we've gone round a corner and I feel like we're in the shadow of the wind at the moment, so that's nice. Oh. So hopefully, if Di does have to run her engine later when she arrives, she won't have to do it for long. So I've just spotted the boat. It's just past this next bridge. And it looks like I'm just going to make it before the rain, but I'll have to cover the bike up and everything. So I'm not quite done yet. These e-bikes don't like rain. I'm pretty sure the reason one of mine died was because I left it out in the rain more than a couple of times, and it was really heavy, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what killed it. And you'll often see guidance saying, don't leave this thing exposed to rain. Right, so where's the cover? Oh, it's behind the wooden panel, isn't it? There we go. Right. There's my good deed for the day. So what I do when I know it's going to be rainy, which it is tonight, or even likely, cover the bike up. Cover's looking a bit tired actually, but cover the bike up, especially on the electrics. I mean, God knows, you pay enough for these things, you know, these e-bikes, especially for a half decent one. It's madness to pay all that money and then leave them exposed. I keep telling Dave, he's got a really nice one and he leaves it exposed in his crotch. It's chained up, obviously, but exposed to the elements. It just seems like lunacy. Anyway, he will only listen. So, there we go. And I think one more around the rear wheel. There we go. When it's going to be really windy, sometimes I'll put 3 straps around the thing. So you can see I've got one around there, one around the rear wheel to hold that on. And I'll put one here as well when it's going to be super windy. Do you know these little buggers, right? They're obviously hanging around because they think there'll be food. But I'm not going to give them any yet because then they start waking you up. But to be fair, they're doing that anyway. I've not slept in past about 6:30 AM yet here. And I think the reason is these things The racket from them is absolutely off the scale. Just crazy. They're geese as well, they're big. So they won't be frightened like ducks will if I try and be all macho with them. And so I'm inclined to not mess about. Right. Oh, that's it for me. See you later. See, when the wind gets up, this is what it does. Should I put another strap on? Can I find another strap?